too much. That'll work. Okay, let's try that again. Hello, welcome back to How to RV. I'm Jason, and today I want to talk about a specific company that is making a RV AC unit, you know, the rooftop AC for your RV that, well, I think just might be for you. See, every now and then there is a company out there that looks around, asks people from the community what they want in their products and how to deliver that. So today I want to talk about a company that has done just that. Fogatti, F-O-G-A-T-T-I. They have reached out to me to collaborate together, to work together, to bring to you a rooftop AC that they have been listening to the community about, that has the functions and some of the things that a lot of the community has been asking for. Now stick with me throughout this video, but I promise you, down below in the description, there'll be some links to the product, their website, everything else that you need to know. And as a typical plug-in, if you like this kind of content and you're really loving this channel, then think about going down and clicking on the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a dime. And if you really like this as well, click on the thumbs up, kind of help me out a little bit. Now the product, or the AC that we're talking about today, is the Fogatti 16K InstaCool Ultra. So what does that mean to you about what this AC can deliver? Well, this AC can deliver 16,000 BTUs of cooling air. Typically, a unit that comes on an RV is 13.5 or 13,500 BTU or 15,000 BTU. This one is actually producing 16,000 BTU, 16K BTU. What is really cool and interesting about this one is it gives you 12,500 BTU of heating. Now, BTUs, all that, just numbers, what does that mean to you? Well, a typical space heater that you would plug into the wall, turn on, set a thermostat, get some heat out of the front of it, is around 5,000 to 5,100 BTU. So this one is almost tripling that, and all the while getting a whole lot better efficiency, meaning costing you less power out of your RV. So as you can see here in the video, I plugged in the space heater and I'm getting about 15 amps of power just to produce 5,100 BTUs. Now, from a safety standpoint, I wouldn't recommend using space heaters inside of an RV unless you're super, super careful. So be safe out there. I don't want to see any of you get hurt. But now switching over to the Fogatti AC heating unit, when I have that one set up to make heat, it's giving me 12,500 BTUs of heat. Now, keep that in mind, we're almost tripled here. And you can see here that we're only using about 12 amps of power. 2.5 to 3 times the amount of heating capacity, yet we're pulling less amps. It's a win-win. Now, with all that being the goodies of how everything on the outside of the unit works and what it does to provide things on the inside, I want to talk a minute about the cover on the inside where you have your filters and all that good stuff. One of the cool parts about this one is that this inside unit runs at about 43 decibels. If you see here in this video, I recorded the other AC before I took it off, and you can see them around 60 decibels or so. 43 decibels, I'm telling you, is quiet. You could talk, you can sleep, you can eat, you can move around your AC, and you're not going to have any noise interruptions whatsoever. Especially if you're into watching TV and like movies and having your air conditioner on at the same time and not interrupted. Fogatti also brought another really cool key feature here, which, believe me, it may be small in itself, but I need it. I don't know about you. You can leave that down in the comments below. But the filter, cleaning the filter, knowing when the filter needs to be cleaned, and having a reminder to do so as well. This one on the panel inside actually has a check filter, clean filter, a little light that'll pop up and all that stuff, telling you, hey, get those filters out and clean them. Also, you can see right here where you have the fan speed. So if you push the fan speed, you can go in between the high, the low, the auto, and the turbo. Turbo gives you a whole lot of fan, lots and lots of air to be moving around. High, well, that's just on high, it's a little lower than turbo. Lows on low, hardly even noticeable. You can barely even hear it running. And auto will switch in between the high and the low to give you the proper speed for what you need, depending on how far off your temperature is inside your RV compared to the temperature that you have set on the display here. On to the next button, we have the swing button. That one is the one that makes the vents go up and down. So if you push it, the vents start going up and down. And if you push it again, the vents will stop wherever you push that button at. And then to start it again, you just push it again and it'll start going up and down. Filter check, well, we went over that, but the filter check there is just to reset your filter. If that little light turns on, your filters are dirty, pull out your filters and clean them. Your timer, timer here is the timer for be able to set the display and all that stuff for the fan unit to be able to run for a certain amount of time and turn off, or to set the time you want it to come on and off. That's all in the app. We'll get into the app part of it in the video here in a little bit. Then you get into the mode. The mode is to be able to set the cool, the dry, the fan, and the heat. That way you can set it up for whatever you want depending on what the environment is outside or what you're trying to get done inside of your RV. So if you want to make your RV cool, well, you set it on cool. If you want to warm up your RV, you set it on heat. If you want just a fan, just to blow air around, you can set it on fan. The dry function is pretty cool. If you set it on dry, it's not going to heat, nor is it going to cool, but it's going to try to help get all the moisture outside of your RV. And then on to the on-off button. Naturally, that's just on and off. If you push it, it turns the unit on, and if you push again, it turns the unit off. And then you have your nice up and down buttons, your plus and minus here, to be able to set your temperature just like that. Like I have on 61 now, I can push up, 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 get it to 64, whichever way you want to go. In addition to that, what else is really neat about this cover, or the inside part of the unit, it has these vents that open up where all the air blows out, and they will actually move up and down, up and down. So it pushes air down to the floor, back up to the ceiling, down to the floor, back up to the ceiling. You kind of catch my drift here. What that does is helps circulate the air around your RV so that you get nice, even dispersion of cooling or heating. In addition to that, Fugatti brought this unit out to have 418 CFM of air moving, cubic feet per minute. Just for reference, the AC unit that I had on here before was only around 360 to 380 CFM. This one is pumping out way more air, all while having those vents to be able to push the air up and down to provide more cooling, more flow, and better dispersion. Now that little fins going up and down is really good for, getting a space up to 700 cubic feet. There is also a mode which means it just pumps out air straight out and straight down and all that while getting itself down to a cooling spot within 3 seconds in order to pump all that nice good cold air into your RV as fast as possible. For any of you that have traveled quite often and you get your RV somewhere that you have been moving for, down the road for like 2 hours or more, the inside of your RV gets hot very fast. And to be able to have a system that can cool it down quickly, as soon as you get to that site, the better and quicker you can get to enjoy the inside of your RV. Fugatti has got you taken care of. Now, if you're interested in getting this for your RV, there's a couple of things that you need to know. One is that the hole or the opening on top of your RV needs to be about 14 to 14.25 inches square, side to side, back to back. And I could tell you that this will probably be compatible with 99% of the RVs out there, outside of the fact that if you have a ducted system, this is not. This is not a ducted system. This directly blows air from that little unit inside of your RV, out the front, out the back, and down the bottom. And in addition to that, if there's a concern about the height of this thing, how tall is it, in case you're worried about hitting bridges or anything like that when you're driving down the road, well, I can tell you that this thing is only 12.2 inches tall. And with that, I mean that it's probably shorter than the unit that you have on your RV today. As a matter of fact, I would love if you wanted to go out there on the roof of your RV and measure the height of your AC, put that down in the comments below. Tell me what the brand is and what the BTU is and how tall it is. We'll see that. We'll compare. Let's do that together. In addition to the AC unit, it also comes with this nice little remote that has tons of features in it. And if you click on the links down in the description, you'll be able to see the owner's manual and all that stuff on what this thing can do for you. But it controls the AC unit itself and does all kinds of stuff. On the remote, you have different buttons that'll be able to allow you to do different things, such as hitting the mode button here on the top right here. If you look on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see where it switches between auto and cool and dry and fan and heat. All those functions give you different things depending on what you want to do with your air conditioner. Then you have your plus and minus to set your temperature on your remote, which will go to the AC unit and adjust it accordingly. Then you have your fan button. If you look right up here on the top of the screen, you'll see where the fan is going up. So that's low, medium, high. And then if you want turbo, that's your turbo. And what's also cool about this is, say you have it on low and you just want to, or auto in this case, and you want to go straight to turbo, you just click the turbo button down here and boom, you're right into turbo mode, give you all the fan speed that you need. And then you have your menu button here where you can select and go through different settings of the remote and the AC unit itself to be able to set things like timers and the louvers that go up and down, your nighttime mode, and any other functions that you may want to be able to change or set up. And of course, you have your on-off off button right in the middle. So if you click it one time, turns the unit off, click it one more time again, and it turns the unit back on, and you can go back through and set everything up the way you want it to be set. This thing comes with an app also. All this is in the packaging itself, so you don't have to worry about where do I go find the app and all that stuff. And it's Wi-Fi. So if you have Wi-Fi in your RV like we do, you can connect the Wi-Fi directly to it, and you're out somewhere, you can control the actual unit itself and tell it what temperature you want it to be set to, and fan speed, and that little fin unit that I was talking about that goes up and down, all that good stuff. You can do all that from the app itself. And well, it just makes it a little bit easier. And the comfort of the fact that you know that you're on the road, well, you can get access to your AC unit through Wi-Fi. As you can see here, you have your settings at the bottom of the app and what's going on right here at the top with the temperature and what settings you have. So currently I have it on heat, low fan at 68 degrees. I have my plus and minus button to be able to set my temperature just like that, up and down. At the very top up here, I'm showing how to RV AC, meaning that's my AC unit that I'm using right now on the app. Then I have my on-off button right here where I can turn the unit on and off. Then I have my modes, wind speed, and timer. So with the mode button, I'll click on the mode. It'll come up and ask me what mode do I want it to be in. Do I want it to be cool, heat, fan, dry, or auto? If I switch over to wind speed, go to wind speed, you'll see here where I have the ability to set it to low speed, medium speed, high speed, auto, and even the big fan turbo to give me a ton of air in my RV. And then down here for wind direction, if I click the up and down, those are the louvers that move up and down to be able to spread the heat or the air conditioner around the RV better. And if I click up here, it'll bring everything down, and then I'll go over to timer, click on timer, and this is where I can add a timer for startup, a timer for shutdown, and a time startup and shutdown. So setting timers. Right now, I don't have any set up because I don't need any. Then if I go up to these little three dots at the top right hand side and click on that, these are all the settings and everything that I have set up on my unit already. So this is the RV AC in the United States, and the device name is How to RV AC. Come down, this is the type of RV that I have, and then the name of the network that I have it on, that's for the Wi-Fi part of everything. My firmware, this here, if I click on that and firmware update, this is telling me that this is the latest version, but if there's new versions to come out, you can click on that and get a new firmware and automatically update it to your RV as long as you're on Wi-Fi. Model ID is the 15,000. Model version 4.7, and then your MAC address, which is part of the Wi-Fi also. If you go to feedback though, come back to that for a minute, you can select a question, the device, your email address, as well as any kind of questions, and then send that out to them, and they'll be able to get that and get back with you on any kind of information or questions that you may have directly from the app itself. Then if I go back one more, it takes me back to the home screen where I have all my controls and everything that I want to use. Now for what this AC has done for me so far, this heating and air conditioning unit by Fogatti, what has it done for me so far? Well, I've had this thing in my unit for 2 weeks. And like I said, it's been around 33 to 32 degrees, sometimes dropping down below. And with that, at the heating part of it, it has it to where it can only go down to 61 degrees. So I set it at 61 degrees Fahrenheit, and I wanted to see, what was this thing going to do from a heating standpoint? Talking about the space heater, and remember the safety conversation, but what can this thing do? Well, to be completely and totally honest, I was pleasantly surprised. I set it at 61, and every time I checked it, whether it was day or night, it was keeping it at 61 degrees. It could be 33 degrees outside, it could be 22 degrees Fahrenheit outside, it didn't matter. It was keeping the inside of my RV at 61 degrees, just like I had set. Now that may not seem a lot, but I can tell you with that space heater only putting 5,100 BTUs out, I ran that for a couple of days out here just to see what it would do. And at night, well, it would dip down below its set point. It would get colder than, 61 degrees. It would go down to 50, sometimes even 40 if it got really, really cold. But nevertheless, it couldn't keep up with the rest of the RV like this Fogatti AC heating unit can do. Now, with all that said and wrapped up, my RV is about 26 feet long, or almost 30 feet long. I have a bunk and I have the living space up in the front up here and all that good stuff. So when the summer comes and things start to heat up outside, I will run the AC unit on it, and I promise I will come back to talk about how the AC, the cooling part of it, how it's all doing. Now, I wanted to bring this 16K BTU heat and cooling AC unit by Fogatti because I think this might be something for you. You can let me know, but I really think this is something that you should check out. And in addition to that, if you have any questions about this unit, whether it's the right fit for you, should you get one, if you have any questions about the specs or what it can do, you can go to their website and you can check everything out. Fogatti is going to be watching this video as well, and if you have any questions, put it down in the comments below and they'll circle back to you. And as well, on their website, you can get some comments back from them as well. Now on to your comments. Let's read a few of those and see what we got. This one comes from Stephen Jocelyn 7148. Thank you. Still hard thing to find. I appreciate you. And this one has to do with the travel trailer gas electric water heater explained back in 2020. This thing has been quite useful and helpful to a lot of people. And speaking of water heaters, Fugatti and I are going to be working on something around a tankless water heater. So be on the ready for that video to come to you shortly. This next comment came from KC Isaac 7891. Great video. Thank you, sir. Had to do with the RV propane oven for your travel trailer. And, it's kind of a how-to and how to use and how to be safe. Propane is not something to mess around with, and you're pumping a bunch of propane into an oven to use in your RV. So if you haven't seen that video, check out that video. I'll leave the link down in the description for you. And this last comment had to do with the RV water heater questions answered in 2022. And again, leave the description of that video down below, but it says, I winterize my camper. How do you fill up the water heater? This one was sent from Delton Dove 4920. And if you're watching this video, I'm going to leave that to the comments. So folks, leave some comments down below for helping this individual out on how to fill up their water heater. But I'll tell you, it's kind of the reverse of what you did to winterize. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until the next time, stay warm or cool out there, however you have it set up and wherever you're at. Be safe, safe travels, and God bless.